Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of CLX Foundry Live, where we dive deep into somebody's build and we put it together from the ground up. I am your host, DJ Blue PDX, and joining me live from our studio in Wichita, Kansas, it is our lead technical expert, Paul Steffens, and our lead builder, good Lord, Zach Kellingsworth. This is off to a great start. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
So, aside from putting together a PC for Jimmy in Georgia, is there anything else important happening today?
Someone may be getting a PC. I'm not sure.
Somebody is winning a PC today, and we're going to find out who later on in the show. But huge congratulations to everybody for getting involved. It's awesome. So now we've got a project for Jimmy in the Georgias. And what are we going to be doing?
All right, so Jimmy has configured a CLX set AMD Ultimate Gaming PC on our website. So starting out with our processor, we've got the AMD Ryzen 9 9900X. To cool that, we've got our CLX Quench 360 AIO in black with RGB. For our motherboard, we've got an Asus TUF Gaming B850-E with Wi-Fi on board. And for our memory, we've got 2 sticks of 32 gigabyte DDR5 6000 speed in black with RGB, so 64 gigs of system memory in this system. For the storage drives, we've got 2 of them, so our main drive is going to be a 2 terabyte T-Force NVMe M.2 drive, and then as a secondary drive, we have a 4 terabyte hard disk drive. The video card in this build is an RTX 5080. Specifically, it is the MSI Inspire, which is a pretty nice one. We got 10 of our Game DS AOLS case fans. It's going in obviously our set Constellation in black, and a 1000 watt 80 plus gold Foley modular power supply.
Awesome. Can you unmute me on Discord? I can't hear you at all.
Every time.
Oh, let's see here. Oh,
please.
There we go. Nope. Yep. There we go. Nope.
We're good.
There we go. All right. Let's see here. Random asks, did I miss who won? No, we just started and agreed with Bumblebee. Nothing. What's up, Smokey? How you doing? We've got some new people here. What's up, 12? 1, 2, 3, 1 for 1, because 1, 2, 3, 1 for 2 was taken. Yes, and so we will be getting to the winner of that PC a little later in the show. Well, right now, we're going to be talking about the our PC for our friend Jimmy in Jefferson, Georgia. So we've got a set Constellation C8 full tower in black, and that is going to be what we're going to be using for a case. And then our motherboard, this is fun. This is an Asus TUF Gaming B850E Wi-Fi ATX. That's a lot of letters. Okay, get that little bad boy out. And it's got its own little IO shield, so I appreciate that. Nice. As always, if you're building your own PC, make sure you take all the plastic off. Make sure you look to see where the plastic is. And, oh, there's a button that's for your GPU release, isn't it? Nice.
It's a big boy.
Awesome.
It's the Morse code button.
Yeah. SOS.
All right, let's take a look at the IOs and see what we've got going in and out of this thing. All right, so we've got obviously your HDMI and your DisplayPort, and then we're gonna have 2 USB 10 gig ports. That's one Type A and one Type C. That's 10 gigs up and down. We've got 3 USB 5 gig ports, and those are all Type A. And then there's 3 USB ports that are Type 2.0s that are Type A. And then, of course, you've got your Wi-Fi, your Realtek 2.5 gig Ethernet port, audio jacks, and your BIOS flash button. There we go. All right. It's tough. Okay. So, let's have a brain. We have to make it think. We're going to make it think with a processor. And that processor is going to be an AMD Ryzen 9 9900X. That's crazy. Awesome. Hey, Paul. Tell me about this processor.
All right, so this is a 12-core, 24-thread processor. Out of the box, it has a base speed of 4.4, and it will boost all the way up to 5.6. So obviously it's a Ryzen 9, so it's very high end from AMD. It's going to perform great.
Yeah, this is one right up at the top there. Explains why they chose a tough motherboard. Sorcerer Von Croy. Oh my God, please no. Yeah, the base clock speed is crazy. I agree. It's processors are good, just doing more and more and more every time they have them. It's great. GGX Aviation, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. So, Bryson Goats. Yeah. Now, you might notice that Zach is screwing some things in around the processor, and this is going to be for the way we're cooling the processor with an AIO. Now, when you're doing this, if you're a first-time builder, make sure you get the right set, because there are AMDs and there are Intels. Zach?
Sorry, yes, correct. You do want to make sure that whatever heat distribution device you are using, whether that's a heatsink or an all-in-one, you are using the correct equipment for your device. Whether that is a red chip or a blue chip, and then you definitely want to make sure that if it is one of those, that they are going to be that they're going to be installed properly.
Speaking of installed properly, let's talk about what you just did on the top of that processor, because I haven't seen you use that little tool in a while, and that made everything just perfectly smooth. That is called thermal paste, everybody, and that's going to be what connects our AIO, or our all-in-one liquid cooler, to the processor. Why is it necessary to have thermal paste?
So just like the engine in a car, when it gets hot, you've got some fluids in there to help keep that cool. We're going to do the same thing with our radiator device here. It acts pretty much identical to a radiator in a car. We've got some fluid in here. It gets swashed around when it gets hot and swashed back around after it gets cooled off.
One thing to note, you'll notice that he's putting on the tops, the screws, in opposing corners direction. Why is that?
So we want to apply even pressure to our processor. We don't want to cause damage to our motherboard or our processor itself. Whichever ones might have some pins on it, we can do some damage, and so we just want to make sure that we just kind of bounce from opposite to opposite. We should be good to go.
There we go. Dreamweaver mentions that he painted that paste on there like an artist. Yep. Yes, he did. I was impressed. All right. So now, Paul, here's a question for you. Because obviously we've got a way of cooling it. So when I say AIO, can you explain what that means to the people and what the other ways of actually cooling your processor could be?
Yeah, and AIO stands for all-in-one. That's the liquid cooler that we're using here. So they're called all-in-ones because they come out of the box ready to go. There's already coolant inside of this radiator. You don't have to add anything to it. You just grab the right set of hardware that matches your motherboard socket. It's going to come with a few different sets of hardware, so just make sure you got the right one. And you're pretty much good to go from there. These AIOs are a great way to cool it. They're really easy to install. Some of them comes with fans mounted on them, some of them don't. But yeah, this is a great way to cool your processor without a lot of effort.
And we got randomly one asks, how hard is cleaning up wires on a PC? You mean like?
So yeah, that's probably like the hardest part of building a PC, is making the cable management look good. So that's definitely something that we pride ourselves on. You'll see how Zach does it here once we get this thing mounted in the case.
Nice. So for those of you who are first-time PC builders, if you are, please take note of the routing that Zach is taking for the power cable and the RGB cable. Because one's going to power the pump, the other's going to power the lights. And when the lights come on, trust me, it's worth it. Zach, any recommendations on how to make that easier?
Yeah, so I always recommend reading the user manual of whatever we get. Some of them don't come with a user manual, so that's where I definitely recommend watching a couple videos, stopping by here, asking a question or two, and that will be very helpful. But usually what I like to do is, you can see that I'm just essentially adding friction to the cables. This takes all of like the factory bends out of them. That makes it a lot easier to manipulate and get the cable where you need it later.
Yep. Cable management was the bane of my existence with my very first PC. I got all the components in there and then realized, oh crap, I took that
Cable
motherboard
management
in and
was
out of that
born in
case
the dark.
6 times.
DJ was not.
6. Oh, yes. I had all sorts of lights. Okay, now we've got that little guy loaded in there. Let's take a look at what we've got for RAM, and that's going to be for our memory. So this is going to be two 32 gig sticks of DDR5 6000. This is Team Group TF Delta, and it is RGB. It looks like a little batarang, for those of you who are familiar with the Batman games.
There's games?
Batman? Oh my god, yeah. Tons.
I thought it was just mangas.
Nope. All right, so now we've obviously got, god damn it, we've already got fans on the radiator. So these are part of the 10 CLX, I'm sorry, part of the 10 CLX fans that we've got going in here. And my question is for Paul to explain which side do you put the fans are for the radiator, and which way do you want it to blow?
So the biggest thing when you're putting fans on your radiator is you want air to be blowing through the radiator. So air is going to come in on the fan side right here, push it through the radiator and out the case. That is more effective than pulling it through. So those two methods are called the push and pull method. There's some case designs where you need to set them up in a pull method, but always have air pushing through when you can.
Yeah. And there we go. So Winterlord, hello Winterlord, how are you? Said 232, that's a lot cheaper, a lot of cheddar these days. And yeah, one thing I've wished that I'd gone with 232s instead of 416s. But I'll tell you what I also went with was a thing that he's connecting now, and that's called an M.2. This is going to be our primary storage, and this is a 2 terabyte Team Group T-Force G50 NVMe SSD. Now, what he was just pointing at, let's go back to that real quick. If you have a cover for that, you want to make sure you take the plastic off. And yes, there will be a plastic film on it. Otherwise, it's going to get, well, you really just want to do that. Zach?
Yeah, so if your motherboard does not have heat sinks on there, do not worry. NVMe drives aren't going to be really needing to have one, but if we do have an NVMe drive area bay that does have a heatsink on it, we do want to peel that peel on there. That is essentially the solid version of the liquid that we put underneath on top of our processor. Just helps to transfer heat, but as you can see, our two bays down low do not have a heat sink on them, so it'll be fine.
So Woot Dog has a great question. Is it better to use the M.2 heatsink or the motherboard heatsink?
Typically, it's going to be the motherboard heatsink. It's going to be designed for the motherboard, obviously, and usually a little bit bigger. Now, there are some M.2s that come with some pretty beefy heatsinks that are kind of built in around there. So those ones, I'd probably use those. The one that I first think of is there's a Gigabyte Aorus one that has like a whole copper shield around it. But most of the time, you're going to want to use the motherboard heatsink.
Sweet. I didn't even know that you could get them with heat sinks attached. But good thing to know. Excellent question, my friend. Now, we're looking at the top of our case. This is a Set Constellation C8 full tower in black. It's got some ports on it and things. Paul, talk to us about some of the features of this case.
Yeah, so this case is kind of the fish tank design. A lot of brands are doing it nowadays, but it's a 3/4 design, so our motherboard's going to sit 3/4 down the way in the case, which gives us a lot of room in the back for power supply, extra hard drives, cable management. You've got your pretty standard USB 3.0s and Type-Cs, headset audio port, all that good stuff that you can for a front panel to the case. You can fit a lot of fans in this. Typically we would do either a 7 or a 10 fan configuration in this. This customer opted for 10 fans, so we're gonna fill this whole thing up.
There we go. Now, when you're putting a motherboard in, there's some things you need to make sure that you've got lined up, and that is gonna be your standoffs. I call them little nubbins, but they're called standoffs. Paul, why do you need to be connected to standoffs, and how do you know where they are?
So that's what our motherboard is resting on right now. You saw Zach put it in. It's sitting on top of those standoffs, and those are so that the motherboard, the back of the motherboard isn't touching the frame of the chassis, because that would cause it to short out. So you definitely want to make sure you got these standoffs in the right locations. Most cases come with them pre-installed. This is an ATX case, so it's got ATX standoffs in it. But yeah, always make sure you got the right ones in. You can see those holes that Zach's putting the mounting screws in. They have those silvery solder lands around them. That's where your standoff should be.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that's relevant to the conversation, but thank you for the information. That's really unfortunate. I have a 3070 on a 9th gen i7 CPU. I want to upgrade to a nicer Ryzen 5 and a better motherboard to get better use of my card. What would be a good Ryzen balance for the 3070 so nobody's choking each other out?
Yeah, so any of the Ryzen 5s, the modern Ryzen 5s, are going to pair well with that 3070. You can go with the highest end Ryzen 5 or the lowest end. They're both going to pair well with that 3070. So it's really just what you want to spend and what you need out of your processor there.
There we go. Nice.
Excuse me.
Now that we're getting all of those screws in, obviously things are lining up. One thing you could notice here is the grommets, the rubber grommets that are on top and to the side. That's going to allow you to have a specific place to run your cables in and out. It makes it look a lot nicer. It's a lot easier and better and easier to organize. So, and we'll get to the cable management here in just a little bit. One thing to point out is we do have a secondary storage drive, and that is going to be a 4 terabyte 3.5 inch Western Digital Blue HDD. So Paul, 8 hard disk drive versus solid state, what's the difference?
So solid state drives are far superior. They're way faster, no cables usually, which is great, but the cost of them is much higher than a hard disk drive. So a lot of people do this nowadays where you get your OS drive on an M.2, usually big enough to fit your favorite games on there so you don't have any load screens, but then getting a secondary hard disk drive for your big Steam library, photos, videos, because these are really cheap nowadays. You can get a lot of storage for not that much cost going with a hard disk drive. So as long as your operating system is on an M.2, definitely recommend doing it this way.
There we go. Nice. And yeah, I did not know that, Temperance. I had not looked at the news this morning. Okay, now we've got to put these fans in here, which are already on the radiator. Now, putting the rest of these fans in there, we're going to have a lot of space. So, what's going to be the intake, and what's going to be the exhaust?
So our intake are going to be on our bottom and the side. So this gap that you see right here, this is our side. We're going to have 3 intakes here, 3 intakes on the bottom, and then 3 exhausts on the top that you can see on that radiator, and 1 more in the rear.
Nice. Lucky for the 4 terabytes? Yeah, right? Well, I mean, I can't. Why is Windows Update the minute I'm working? Say, hey, do you want me to restart now? No! Why didn't you do it when there was nothing going on the PC overnight? One of my biggest frustrations while working there. All right. Now. By the way, if you guys have questions about building a PC or Anything that you see here or a term that you're not familiar with, please let us know. Do you guys know what the minimum GPU for 4K gaming is? Ooh, Uncut Shade, that's a good question.
It depends on what frame rate you're trying to get, but I would probably recommend 5070 for the minimum.
Yeah. I am satisfied with 1440. I got my 2K, I'm happy. But, oh, yeah. So, I think it was in my chat on my stream. Somebody brought up the fact that their temperatures were getting between 80 and 100 Celsius. Is that bad?
That's getting pretty warm. Anything in the 80 to 90, I think, is fine, depending on what hardware you got, but it's most likely fine. When you get up to that 100, that is getting pretty warm. So,
yeah. I think the highest I've gotten my GPU is like at 72 or 74. And that's with a push-pull. Okay. Now, this case has a few different little features on there. Paul, can you run us through what those are?
yeah.
Show those.
So,
Since we're on that top
yeah, we can see on the top here. So that top button is our power button. Then we got our headset and mic port under that. 2 USB 3.0s with a USB Type-C, and then a reset button as well. Yeah, we got room for extra hard drives in the back. Our power supply's back there. That's where Zach's running the cables through. So it's just going to come out really clean, especially with these 10 fan configuration.
Yeah. There's one thing I can stress to people. Airflow is extraordinarily important for it to go through and cool your system. It depends on whether you're doing single player or multiplayer, because most GPUs can do 4K. Well,
yeah, it's all about what frame rate you're wanting
that makes
to get,
sense.
because
yeah,
you can run 4K at 10 FPS, and you're not going to like that. So,
no, you're not. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I tried 4K with my 3090 OC. Was not the go. That was not the choice. I just kept it at 1440 and I love it. You still been playing Assassin's Creed? Yes, I'm gonna go back to Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resync today. After the show, I fell in love with that game. It's amazing. It's beautiful. The optimization is superb, and I love the storyline. And the thing, so I don't know if you're like this, Paul or Zach, but if I have a game that I'm really liking, I will back off the main storyline to complete all the side stuff first, so that I don't complete it and either lose access to those or, keep the moment going,
Yeah, I feel you there. Like, especially if it's like all over the map. I'm like, I want my map to be clean with the main storyline, so I'm gonna knock out all the side stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3 was like the first one I did that in. It's great. Old game now.
Nice.
But it was a good one.
Nice. One of the interesting things they've got going on with the new game is similar to actually Brotherhood. Oh yes, I've played all of them multiple times. The Ezio collection, the Ezio trilogy is my favorite, hands down. And then Black Flag would be number 2. And now we've got our hard drive, as we mentioned before. That is a Western Digital hard drive. And that's just going to slide right in that case right there. When you're putting that in, what are some things you need to make sure you're paying attention to when you're installing it?
So obviously we got the hard drive bay coming out of the case. It does get removed in this one, so Zach's grabbing the right screws that go in. But when you're installing the hard drive, the biggest thing to be aware of is where the SATA connections are coming out of it, because that's where your cables are going to go. So you want to make sure those are in the right way. If like we had this one backwards, we wouldn't be able to plug them in, and then we'd have to take it out and reverse it. So
that makes sense, and this is why they're paid the big money, folks.
Oh yeah,
they know how to do
things. The
medium-sized
bucks.
Yes.
Justice used to say.
Catwind, what's going on? Hello. Teddybot says, that's how I was in the Infamous games. Yes. I loved it. Your favorite is Odyssey. I have not played Odyssey yet. I haven't played Odyssey. I haven't played Valheim? No, not Valheim. I think maybe it is Assassin's Creed Valheim. Whatever. It's the one, the Nordic stuff.
I have not played
W
one
Stream.
Assassin's Creed game ever.
Okay.
Never.
Well, here's a little piece of advice. The first game, while it has a beautiful storyline, is going to frustrate the living daylights out of you because the movement mechanics are we're just kind of janky and they never fixed them. When you start in 2, it just rolls. It's so good. You just finished college yesterday. You're so hyped. Let's go! We've got CADX win graduation. Congratulations. That's
nice.
awesome. Yeah. As a must play before you die. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I might go to the grave with that. It seems like so daunting to get into.
Why?
I don't know. There's so many of them.
If you just run it, like now, granted, 3 was okay. Unity was broken as hell for the first 2 years, and then they finally fixed it. That's the first time you could do multiplayer in the game. So you and your friends could all be the assassins in the game at the same time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I usually only play like multiplayer games, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's got to be pretty good for me to play.
That's been the biggest struggle with balancing content, especially as a full-time streamer, is when it's time to play some multiplayer, when it's time to just stay okay. I've got to get through these single player ones because I love them and I don't want to miss them because that's a joy for me, and that really keeps me. But yeah, multiplayer is a lot of fun. Speaking of things that are fun, I'd like to take a look at what Zach is doing on the back of that case, and he's getting things set up for the cable management. There's 2 sets of cables you really want to worry about when you're building a PC. One is your case cables, and the other are your power supply cables. So, Zach, what's the difference and what's your approach to that for cable management?
Yeah, so I like to have everything organized into the 3 groups of the case cables, the fan cables, and the power cables. Having things organized into the thirds makes it a lot easier to play with doing troubleshooting or doing any upgrades in the future. Like if, let's say, we wanted to add in another hard drive, we can easily do that if everything's tied up and we don't have to do a whole lot of work to make that happen.
Okay, Catwind said something that I still agree with. Rollerblades is where it's at.
Lame.
Yes. I learned to skate on the very first set, the actual rollerblades that had the metal frame on the bottom that weighed a bloody ton. Oh my gosh. But I'll tell you what, I look good skating. I spent a lot of hours on my other rollerblades trying to get that taken care of. My first thing were skates and then bikes. I love rollerblading since my area is nice and smooth. Yes, that's also a key. Don't go on backcountry roads if you're on rollerblades because you will get one piece of gravel in there and you are on your face.
Yeah, that evil dude from Brink, he threw sand on the inside turn. That girl fell down and scraped her arm and had to lay down in her bed for a little bit.
Yep. Hard times.
They were like, "Is she gonna live?" It's like, yeah, she scraped her forearm. She's gonna live.
Let's see here. You learned the hard way? Yeah. I learned about the country roads thing on I was going downhill trying to get to one of my classmates' house, and for some reason I thought, oh well, this will be easy. Nope. All of a sudden the sidewalk's in, and I'm thinking, well, and hit that rock and fell backwards. Asphalt chews things like you've never imagined. I was wearing these thick green Abercrombie & Fitch like cargo shorts. As I'm sliding down, I'm seeing fluff just suddenly come from everywhere. It ripped right through the shorts.
And those country roads, man, they'll take you home. I'll tell you what.
Tell you what.
I see what you did there. But yeah, I used to rollerblade to and from work when I was living in downtown. But I lived up on the hill, so the journey home was a little less enjoyable. I always got the ones that had the automatic braking system, so if you just leaned back in your boot, it automatically applied the brake down on the back of the boot. I never learned how to, actual slide stop. I still haven't learned how to skate backwards. And I've been doing this for 40 years. I've skated. I mean, I started as a kid. That's what I'm trying, Verthimex Furry, hello! Welcome. Howdy, Venor. Venoir. Ven! I'm just going to stick to Ven. There we go. I'm sorry for bastardizing your name so many times. I apologize. You never learned how to use it. Always scared that if I lean too far back, I'll fall. Yep, that's a legit thing that can happen. I usually just stuck my butt up, leaned down like a skier stance, so my legs would hit the brakes like that and kind of help my balance. But
what about Heelys?
I haven't.
Y'all ever rock some Heelys?
Oh my God, I've gotten so many concussions from Heelys.
I've never.
I still have my Heelys upstairs.
Oh, man.
But after the accident with everything, I haven't been able to skate or ski since.
After
of all the
Heelys
hardware
accident of 2016.
Yeah.
Had to hang them up.
The shoes are great, even if you're not using the skates, though. I loved it. I did some longboarding for a while, but my board broke, never picked it back up. Sometimes there's just those moments where you're just going to say, Leroy Jenkins! And then you realize, well, that's not going to be something I can fix. All right, speaking of things you can fix, I want you to take a look at everything that's happening now on the front. So Zach has installed all 10 of the fans. So we're going to have 6 intakes and 4 exhausts. So that's important for a very specific reason. It's called creating positive pressure. Paul?
Yeah, so more intake fans. These 6 are the intakes. These 4 are the exhaust. More air coming in than we got leaving, so that creates a positive pressure environment in our case, which is what we want. That way, the air that's coming in goes through all the right dust filters, like this one right here. If you got more exhaust than intakes, you're going to create a vacuum inside your PC, and that's going to cause air to get sucked in through all the sides and little cracks and crevices, which causes your system to dirty up quite a bit faster than in a positive pressure.
Zach, what in the hell are you laughing about over there?
Yeah, so I've been doing this experiment for a while now, and I'm really excited that it's paying off.
Experiment?
Yeah, so, just every time I am plugging stuff in, I just have to plug it in the right way. So, yeah, so.
Gotcha. So, speaking of which, if Zach builds your PC, spin that around for a second once you're done plugging everything in. I want you to see what he's doing. So, the controllers for the fans, RGB and power, are down there, and he's hooked them up in a very specific way. Zach?
Yeah, so I really like to look at every build as starting with the exhaust fan being fan number 1. So on builds that we do get to plug in these nice little fan hubs, I always start with this being fan 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can keep going around in a circle that way. That makes it a lot easier for when we need to troubleshoot. Let's say we have a fan that's spinning and not glowing, or glowing and not spinning. That will allow us to easily go back to our hub in the back and be like, oh yeah, well, it's this fan right here. This is fan 5. I think, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Haha, math. And so we can go back and look at our little hub and be like, oh yeah, that 5th one isn't fully plugged in all the way. Let's fix that, and then it starts glowing again. So just helps to make things a little bit easier, you know, in the long run.
Vertimex Fury or Furry, either way. It says dual channel on RAM.
Heck yeah. Why not dual channel?
Isn't
Why not? Why
like
not?
I'm not understanding the question. So can you explain it? What does it mean dual channel? Like there's two sticks, or there's
do you want quad channels?
All the channels.
Do you want? You have
oh, so it's
unlimited
the actual
funds?
bays that you can stick the RAM in. Got it. So I've got a 4-channel. There we go.
Unlimited funds for memory modulars these days.
There you go. One thing to point out is if you have to get into your case for any reason, and you know, remove something, upgrade something, fix something, please take your phone camera and take pictures of the way that it is when you take the back off so that you can put it back that way. Images and videos are so helpful so that you're like not just stuffing cords in places. I can't math. There we go. Yeah, so it's funny. Root Doc mentioned 6/4 is a 2 units of positive pressure. And I was like, I have a 9/4. And that positive pressure element really, it really helps the system stay clean. Woo Dog, 6 fans on the radio. Oh, yeah, I got a push pull on my 360. And then my 3 on the bottom. Oh, my heart. Now I've got to go watch Steel Magnolias again.
I don't know what that is.
It's a flower heist movie.
Oh.
Still, but it was Dolly Parton was in it. She was also in 9 to 5 way back in the day.
I don't know what that is either.
It's an older movie when things were much more misogynistic and everybody smoked in the office.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, don't forget.
Icy Killer in the house. What's up? Oh my gosh, man. How are you? Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. Timo says, I smoke in my office. At home. And what, well, I'm not going to ask about what it is that you're smoking.
Smoke rocks.
Jesus,
The Lord's leave.
no. Yeah, so we're getting all this on. And it looks like we are getting near Finet. Yes?
This box.
Now's the fun part. The power supply. This is going to be interesting. So for our power supply, we've got a 1,000 watt Gambius Helios P2. It's a 1,000 G 80 plus gold. It's definitely a solid power supply, and it's a specific kind of power supply. So, well, what kind of a power supply is this, and what other kinds are there?
This is a fully modular power supply. In the world of power supplies, you got fully modular, semi-modular, and non-modular. So fully modular means none of the cables are pre-soldered in. So you can see these ports right here. These are where all the power cables are going to be plugged in. Benefits of going with the fully modular like this one is your ease of build. It's just really easy to build these. You only need the cables that you're going to use, so there's no extra cables at the end that you've got to bundle up and find a place for. So it just keeps your system looking clean, and then you can always add cables in if you upgrade your system and need them later.
Jumping back up here. Oh yeah, just figuring that out. We had a statement coming in from Tybot said, yeah, when I upgraded my PC from a 2060 to a 3070, it took a lot. Whoa, where'd it go? I took a lot of picks and that helped a ton. Yes. Yeah. If I ever can afford a 50 series card, it's going to be, I know, Zach's shaking his head like, we did your specific skill management for a reason. Don't touch it. I might actually just send the card and the PC to you guys and have you install it.
Do it.
You guys sell RAM individually. We do not sell RAM individually currently.
Yeah, I was an overachiever, and I've already taken that tote back to the back.
Nice.
Ha, 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 ha.
That's all right.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. And speaking of 50 series cards, let's talk about our graphics, our GPU, our graphics card. This is going to be an MSI GeForce RTX 5080 Inspire 16 gig of DDR7 video RAM or VRAM or RAW. The least RAM. Okay, some fun things to know about graphics cards is they come in many different shapes and styles and fans. Sometimes they're 2 fans, sometimes they're 3 fans, sometimes they're only a 2 slotter. In some cases, it's a 4 slotter. And not murder, but Paul, take it away.
All right, so this is the MSI Inspire 5080. Very sweet looking card. It's got this kind of copper brass backplate and fan shroud around it. Triple fan model, obviously. 12-volt high power connector as usual. 3 display ports and 1 HDMI coming out. It's 5080. It's awesome. It's going to perform great. This would be a great 4K gaming card right here.
Random mentions it looks rose goldish. Yeah, actually that does. It's cool. One thing to remember, you see what Paul is doing right now? Taking off all the stickers that are going to be literally covering every possible surface in there. Please make sure you take off all of the plastic before installing your GPU, because if you don't, you know how graphics cards get hot. It's going to smell real bad. So, as far as the card goes, it looks like it's a dual slot.
Yep.
And so for the bigger ones, is it just a matter of the air cooling part of it, the cooler part of it?
Yeah, the cooler is what
expands
causes the thickness of the card, the actual part that's cooling it. The card itself is really thin. I mean, it's just PCB like your motherboard, but it obviously gets really hot, so you need a big old cooler to get all that heat away from it.
Yep. Now, sometimes with certain cards, we get ones that are really heavy, and they need some support, and that's called what?
An anti-sag bracket, which we will be
Here we
using
go.
for this card. Zach's already got the base of it installed, but essentially what that does
How
is
heavy?
This is where this one isn't too heavy, especially for a 5080, but it's long enough and it's a 5080, so we want to keep it protected. So these are the holes where you would mount this into the case. So this is what's holding it in. Obviously, this slot right here is going into your motherboard slot, so it goes in like this. You mount it using these holes. So an anti-sag bracket gives it support from this side as well. That way it doesn't droop over time, cause damage to the card or the motherboard.
Oh yeah, almost beyond there. Woot Doc says, hot sticker smell equals new card smell.
There you go.
I wish there was an analogy for new shoe smell.
I got to smell
new
my
car.
eyeballs being lasered on Friday. That was kind of cool. I got LASIK done. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
I got LASIK done, so you can smell your eyeball being burned off when they're lasering it. It smells like burnt hair. It's crazy. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, you don't
Would
feel
you
anything.
say this?
We're talking about, burnt sticker smell.
Oh my
That's my
gosh.
tie-in. Yeah. Do you
Well,
know
now
how
I'm
they
rethinking-
do it, DJ? Because it sounds pretty gruesome. They,
Well, I've actually looking at getting the lens replacement, your cap
the whole
replaced.
thing, yeah.
No, just a little circle there. It's no longer bleh. Instead, it's like, there we go.
Yeah. No, they cut a flap on your eye, and then they peel the flap back, and then they laser your eye to reshape your cornea, and then they put the flap back on, and then you're good.
And you're awake?
Oh yeah, I was talking to them the whole time. I was making jokes. I said it smelled better than my vasectomy, and they thought that was funny. And the doctor said he
No,
chose
you're gonna have
the
to
right
put
line
me
of
out.
work.
Now you go in
Yep.
there and you sit down like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. They give you a Xanax before you go, so you're pretty chill.
If you find a Xanax laying around, let me know.
There we go. Real quick to just jump back up to our friend Chemo says, do you ship it pre-installed or separate with the graphics card?
So it depends on the size of the card. For this one, with it being a 5080, and like if you get a 5090, most of the time we're gonna talk to you before we ship it and request that we ship it separately. We'll leave all the cables hanging out and already, so all you gotta do is put in the card. That way it doesn't get damaged in shipping. But at the same time, we can still ship these with them installed if you preferred. We do put foam inside of our systems that auto forms to fill in all the gaps to hold it steady.
Yeah, I guess I'll never eat eyeball soup again. That is valid. I hear sniffing your Steam Deck is a thing. Also true. I would rather smell leather, like being tanned. Yeah, it's her. I lived near a tannery once.
I mean, it was quick, man. It was literally like 5 minutes per eye. They put this thing down, like you go in, they put the numbing eye drops, and they put this suction thing on your eye, and it pushes your eye down really, really hard, so you go blind for a minute. And then they slide in the blade to cut the flap. That way you don't
everything
move.
you're saying is horrifying.
And then they move the flap out of the way, and they're like, stare at the orange light. The orange light is the laser, and it's bzz, 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 bzz. And you smell your eye burning, and then about 10 seconds of that, and then they put the flap back on. And I went in the next day.
You have your new information.
Yeah, I went in the next day, and I had 20/20 vision. So, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Jeez. Everybody's like, no. no,
It
and more
sounds
no. I'm
really
glad they
bad,
knocked me
but
out for my...
It's good. Yeah.
See, and luckily, I haven't smelled burnt hair in a long time.
Yeah. Well, it smells
Big
like
brain smarts right there.
burnt eyeballs.
Damn it. Right? That's what I was saying. Like, tonight's nightmare is queued up. It's ready to go. I know exactly what I'm going to unfortunately dream about. And that is going, good Lord.
See, I asked if like, you know how like you wear polarized sunglasses when you go fishing. I asked if that was something you could do, just like have them do a little polarization tint on your while they're in there, you know.
Yeah.
I would imagine in the future that there will be somebody's going to develop an option for color changing like lenses in your eye, so that you can go from dark to light and it just darkens up for you, so you're not blind.
Oh man, how is facial recognition going to detect you if you're changing up your eye colors? If the police can't even catch the people with the 5 stars in GTA when they go into the garage and repaint their car from black to yellow, and now the cops are like, oh, dang it, this matches that car, but it's the wrong color.
That's right.
I wasn't talking about the iris. Wasn't talking about the iris. I'm talking about the focal lens that is what's inside of the iris, the black spot on your eyeball.
Isn't that the cornea? I think it's the cornea.
There we go.
That's what they reshaped with lasers on me.
Okay,
They had to cut the flap
Rikui
open
says,
first.
hasn't been announced tonight. It has not been announced yet.
Don't worry, we have to have a
flaps.
deep dive on LASIK before we're gonna give away the.
I waited to watch the video of the procedure till after I had it done, because I was like, I'm not watching that before.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go in and be like, what's up? Is it happening? Yep, it's happening. All right.
I'm amazed and fascinated by the amount of hardware that they were able to put inside of my leg to keep so I could keep my left leg.
There you go.
That being said, I was intrigued by it until the surgeon, because I asked him to, took a picture and showed it to me, and I about passed out. Like, yep, nope, I can't do your job, bud. Somebody gets sick in the later days and I'm the only one around, you're going to die, because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
All right, so final pieces here. We're getting all the power cables in. Do you have any advice for how people know where to plug which cable in where?
Yeah, so I highly recommend just like looking at your motherboard before installing it. It'll show you where your CPU plug headers are at. It will show you where your 24-pin headers are at. CPU headers and graphics VGA headers do look pretty similar, but you cannot crisscross. and also you cannot crisscross your cables. So if you have a modular power supply like we do now, and you go to add a different graphics card or some extra storage or some extra stuff later on in the future, you want to make sure that you're using the proper cables for it.
Hey, Jigaboo, how you doing? Over on the YouTube side, welcome. Good afternoon to you as well. You low-key want to see the reaction of the winner? I mean, to be honest, that would be cool. You know? If someone there have the chance to use Linux, which distro you all use? Oh.
I'm not sure about that question. I'm not a Linux user, but we do install Linux on our PCs. You can opt for Linux over Windows or whatever operating system you want. Our testers.
One of my mods is a very heavy Linux enthusiast. All right, popping it in. Now, I want you to walk them through the steps, Zach, once you get this screwed in there, of how to adjust and know where to put your anti-sag device.
Yeah, so anti-sag devices are going to be kind of different. There are a couple of them out on the market. We really enjoy the ones that are built into the case. This one is not built into the case, so as you can see, we will be attaching it. It is that black little double bar right there. We're going to go ahead and power our device up. And with this one here, we get to install a beautiful little plate with a rubber boot on it. And so then we're just ideally finding the holes that line up for it. Essentially what you want to do is you want to have it to where it's resting on there. You can put a little bit of pressure onto the graphics card to kind of like lift it up if you'd like, and that would kind of look similar to like something like that. You know, you don't have to push it up like that and have it mounted like that, but just have it to where whenever this little device rests on there, it's just like that, just kind of taking a little bit of pressure off of it. That's all you need.
There you go. And I've got a couple people who've asked, have we announced the winner yet? No, but we're getting very, very close to it. Very, very close to it. Okay. Oh. Yep. That smells like smoke.
Oh.
On the water.
I think I must have left a window down here open. Okay. Now that it looks like, look at this. This is going to be gorgeous. The final elements of the cable management, and you guys definitely check this out. It's going to be awesome. Rubber boots, great for protection against vibration, water, and downed power lines.
There you go.
Valid, accurate. And in the UK, they call them wellies.
Also, burst control.
How would you use a rubber boot for? Never mind. I don't want to know.
He got it there. He got there.
We got, yeah.
Good Lord. All right, so as Zach is finalizing the PC before we put the panels on, let's take a look at that. That is what I call cable management. That's fantastic.
Mischief managed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So while they're putting the panels back on, I'm going to take you all on a quick adventure because I want to tell you how you can get your hands on a CLX PC today. At CLX Gaming, we try and make it as easy as possible for you to get the PC of your dreams that's going to do what you need it to do for the reasons that you needed to do it. We've got multiple different sizes, as you can see, starting with a small form factor. We've got mid towers, we've got full towers, and it's your choice, depending on how much space you want it to take up and what you want to have inside of it. We have an ability to go through everything, go through the RAWs, yeah, and you get to choose everything that goes inside of it. Legitimately, we're a one-stop shopping center. So you've got your case options, and then you've got your case options for liquid cooled. Okay, And then you've got your fan selection, and there are many different types and styles of fans. So just take a look through there, and some are cooler than others, I guess. There's lighting, and then we get to the big part, and that is components. So we have, again, a little bit of everything. You need Intel, we got it. You need Ryzen, we got it. You need AMD, we got it. You need Radeon, we got it. And it's all right there. You get to choose it, and you can't screw it up. And here's why. Because that little green button up top is going to turn yellow, just like you saw. And what's happened here is we've selected a graphics card that requires much more power than the power supply that's already selected. So the system's basically saying, all right, if you want this graphics card, you're going to have to use one of these power supplies. But if you want this power supply, you can only use one of these graphics cards. Once you solve it and fix it, that little yellow button turns green again. And that means you've got it solved. Yay. All right. From here, there's everything from your RAM to cable ties, cable mods. Yeah. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, can we go back to RAM real quick? Pay attention to the tabs up top, right? Because right there, that's 5600, then there's 6000, and there's 6400. So whichever speed you want, there's different things in each one. Extra hard drives, we got it. You need sound cards, we got it. And then when we want to jump over to the Foundry, this is where things get real fun, because here is where you can choose your AIO, right? And there are many different ones. The Tri-X is incredible. I love it. If you want us to upgrade your thermal paste so it's a little more robust, we can do that too. We can also overclock your GPU, your CPU, or both. You choose. Your call. And then we get on to the finally fun part of our accessories area. And this is one of my favorite categories. So you can get your hands on, for starters, on CLX merch, such as t-shirts, hats, caps, and windbreakers, which are awesome. And yeah, you look like part of the team when next time you see us at an event. Then we're gonna move on to everything else. Keyboards. You need to figure out whether you want a full size or a half size, like a TKL or a full keyboard. Do you want it wired? Do you want it wireless? Your choice, your way. Mice are the same thing. Do you want an ergonomic mice or a pro mice? Do you need something with extra buttons? Do you want it wired or wireless? Same thing here. And then we've got controllers, which are fun because there's a bunch of people who love Star Citizen and flying games. So we've actually got flight controllers here, which is wicked. Love it. And you can get all of that done. Then you want to think about headphones. Again, do you want stereo? Do you want surround sound? Do you want like 7.1 surround sound? Do you want it wired? Do you want it wireless? All right there for you. And then it comes to the mics, because some people are going to be into streaming or content creation or just don't want to sound terrible when they're in game. And that is where you come in with mics. And we have the HyperX mics, but we also got the Beacon mic, which is, I think, one of the best USB mics out there. And you can get it alone, or you can get it with a Mix Create, which actually helps content creators manage their streams. Love it. From there, we've got speakers, monitors. The one thing I want to talk about, monitors real fast. Look at the resolution. Anything that you anything that's to the left of the resolution you've chosen can be accomplished. But to the right, that's the max out. So like I have a 1440. But it's different options, different choices. You choose and figure out what's going to be working for you. We have internal screens that we can get for you also, and other things down the line, including routers and even a chair. So, as much as that's awesome, I know that sounds really overwhelming. That's why we've got a place called Ready to Ship, or RTS. The RTS Ready to Ship area has 4 different classes of PCs that are pre-built. You've got your entry level, your mid-range, your high performance, and then your ultra high performance. This is a good way to kind of see where your budget's going to fit things in and what you want versus what you don't need. So take a look at all of that, and then those are already built. They've been tested just like the ones, all of them, they're built right there in the same warehouse. And so, yeah, they're waiting for a home. Who knows? That home might just be yours. So for all your future PC needs, gaming or otherwise, head on over to clxgaming.com and see what we can do for you. All right. With that said, the PC's put back together. I now have the winner.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
Let's power that on, and then we'll talk about the winner.
Katinka.
That looks so good. I'm sorry, that just looks great. And there's the RAM. Nice. Love it. So, Jimmy, in Jefferson, Georgia, you got a PC coming your way, and it's going to be great. Paul, real fast, I mentioned something about testing. What did I mean?
Yeah, so all these machines obviously go to testing after they are built. So the first thing we do there is the BIOS of the machine. We'll make sure everything, our RAM speed is set correctly. All of our storage devices show up. If you opted for overclocking in your build, that's where we set that. After that's done, we load the operating system. So most of the time it's Windows, but we do all the others as well if you prefer that. And then after that, we stress test the system for 12 hours. So once we get done here, after we announce the winner, Zach's got another build, and I'm gonna do some testing and gaming on this PC. So if you guys wanna see a little bit of the testing process, I'm gonna do that and then play some games on it. So yeah, well, let's find out who that winner is. I wanna know.
All right. The winner is Jauheya, or it's Jauheya. It's Jaoheah. I am gonna be honest. I think I've already ruined that name. Jauheya, Joheya. Who knows? But you've won yourself a Grant PC from CLX Gaming and AMD for QuakeCon. It's absolutely incredible, and you don't want to miss it. So congratulations. You'll have 24 hours to respond to the email, and then yeah, there we go. So with that being said, this show happens every Tuesday and Thursday starting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's 2 Eastern. On Tuesdays, we're specifically on Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. On Thursdays, we're exclusively on TikTok. Yeah, I was just looking at that. You ever have a thing that you say so many times and all of a sudden you forget where your place is? If you want to find out what's going on with all of CLX Gaming, head on over to our socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at CLX Gaming. If you want to jump into a really incredible and fun Discord with a bunch of other like-minded PC enthusiasts and gamers, discord.gg/CLX Gaming. And there we go. So in just a moment, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, you're going to spend the afternoon with these two as they test PCs and build PCs. So with that being said, on behalf of Kyle and Jason in production, Paul and Zach, I'm DJ Blue PDX. Don't go away. We got more coming up after the break. We'll be right back.
Bye. Yo, yo, yo! What's up, J.O.? Thank you for stopping by and saying hi and winning that QuakeCon PC. He was informed via the Discords. Well, naturally, everybody's going to be hollering. All right, what else do I got? I got something else in this box. Yo! How is everybody doing today? Alrighty. You ready to go, Paul?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to kick it over to Paul. He is playing on the system that we just got done building. So that is a Ryzen 9 9900 X-Ray on a Bravo 850 motherboard, 64 gigabytes of 6000 megahertz, and a 5080 graphics card. Take it away, Paul.
Alrighty, guys. So welcome to the second part of our show. Congrats on our winner for the giveaway. So what we're going to show you guys here is just a little bit of our testing process. It's a pretty interesting thing if you're into here or into this type of stuff. So one of the benchmarking softwares that we use is called 3D Mark. If you've ever done benchmarking on PCs before, you're probably familiar with it. They've been around for a long time. It's a great one to use. So this would be part of our testing process after we've gone through the BIOS and loaded the operating system, and now we want to stress test the hardware to make sure everything's stable. So we're going to run Steel Nomad here. I'm going to click run. It's going to collect our system info, and we'll get to see that, and then we can actually start the test. So these benchmarking tests are really great because they put your hardware, whichever one you're testing, so this one's primarily our GPU, but it does do a little bit of our CPU as well, to just max it out and make sure that it's running good from the factory. Typically, if there's going to be an issue with one, an issue will happen at the beginning when you're stress testing. So you're going to see 3 numbers pop up at the bottom here once it loads. And we'll talk a little bit about those. So here we go. Our benchmark has started. The first one is FPS. Most of you are going to be familiar with that. That's frames per second that we're getting right now. So you can see we're right around the 80 FPS. And you'll notice as the scene changes and cuts to different scenes, it's going to be testing different stuff. So you'll see that FPS go up and down. The next part right there, frame, you just see that number constantly ticking up. That's which frame of the benchmarking software that we are in right now. So that's just going to steadily go up. It's not going to fluctuate up or down or anything. And that number is useful for maybe right now, let's say we crash when this scene starts. It'll tell us what frame we crashed at. And that way we know, hey, when we switch to this frame, it specifically tests this, puts the GPU through this test and causes us to crash, can help us with the troubleshooting process there. Then obviously you've got time that's gone by. This test is a minute long, so you can see it's about to end. And then once it ends here, it's going to give us a score. What we want to see is that number be in the green zone. Most likely it's going to be 8450, so this thing is running as it should. One thing that's really cool with 3D Mark is you can upload this score to the internet and compare it with people who have the same hardware as you. So we obviously have a 5080 for our video card with a Ryzen 9 9900X. We could compare how this system is performing with others. And so if you're chasing numbers and you want like the top one, this is where people will go in and overclock the hell out of their 5080 or their processor to get a higher score with the same hardware. But this is what you want to see in this green range. We're right in the middle, right where we should be. And then at the end here, it gives us a lot of cool information if you're into this type of stuff. Obviously, estimated game performance is nice. You can go through, pick which games. It'll give you an FPS counter and also let you pick the resolution you're going to be playing at. So that's nice to have. But as we scroll down here, we got our detailed monitoring section. So this is frame rate, FPS. Obviously, we talked a little bit about that, just what your FPS was over time. Temperature, you're going to see these start out as a base, dip a little bit, and then they'll slowly rise and come down. And this is fine. You can see what did we peak at? 73.9 for our CPU, and looks like about 60-ish for our GPU. Looks like 68 maybe. So that's all within range. That's all good. Percentage is just going to be the load. Obviously, this is primarily a graphics card test, so our GPU load was at 100% for the whole test, and our CPU fluctuated quite a bit, which is fine. This is our frequency, or how fast everything was running, so this is also good to look at. But so yeah, that's just a little glimpse into the testing that we do here after everything's loaded. Well, I'm going to go ahead and check out what games we've got to play. So I'm going to kick it back to you, Zach, and we'll be hopping into some games here in just a minute.
Woohoo! Alrighty. I have with us today an APHIS order. Ho-ho! We're going to go out to Fort Carson later once we get this bad boy built up and tested. But for all of you who have not been around here, we like to build computers. We will build customer computers. We will build giveaway computers. We will build RTS computers. If you don't know what RTS is, you should definitely stop by on our Thursday show. You will figure out what a Beyblade battle is really all about.
True.
But today, I have with me an Intel Core i9-14900 Kilo Foxtrot. We've got a 360 liquid cooler that is white and ARGB. We have an ASRock Z790CW White Edition Lightning motherboard. My phone is going off, so we're going to go ahead and just spam the scam. All right, we've got a grand total of 32 gigabits of 6,000 megahertz of the DDR5. A 2 terabyte NVMe was going to be our operating drive today. A 5070 is what's going to be displaying all of our graphics in this bad boy. We've got a white O11 case, very beautiful, very clean, and a 150 watt power supply to cap everything off. Hello, hi, hello. He came, yes he did come. He's here, everybody's here. We're playing video games. Said the guy who's been following for all of 2 weeks. Heck yes. Hey, you know what? You can follow us today, you can follow us never. And you know, sometimes you win, sometimes we have more giveaways going on. So we'll have more giveaways going on. What you got going on back there, Paul?
We're loading up Forza right now. Ooh. I think that's what we're going to play today. We've been playing that the last time. So yeah, this game is just, it's so cool. It's a really fun game if you ever played Need for Speed Underground 2. It is really fun for that, but it's also just a great way to show off the graphics cards and the computer's capability. These cars are beautiful in this game, and the scenery is great.
I hope that's not an automated message. I hope that is a populated message. Because if it's a populated message, I'll be calling somebody back. I always appreciate when a spam caller calls me and leaves me a message, not knowing that I will call back if it is a real human. PCs are very nice and clean. Thanks all for all you do. Heck yeah. Hey, thank you. Bail Buzz. Thank you. All right, so we're just going ahead and attaching all these standoffs because, you know, that's what you do. You got to start somewhere, and starting outside of the case typically for us seems to work out best, you know. You can build it the other way by installing everything one piece at a time internally. That is definitely one way to do it, I would say. I'd say it's the madman way of doing it. Warning, it's a copper plate. Make sure it don't get stole. Some of your heat distribution devices will come with those little stickers. You just want to peel those off. It's not going to do serious damage to your machine, but because the technology today, things will thermal throttle and power down and turn off. They won't just keep roasting themselves. So thankfully that will happen, but always just make sure that you peel that off. Yo, it's the hype train. Get hyped. Get hyped. Is anybody playing any new games? Is there anything new coming out that people want to play? I kind of want to play this game called Cast and Chill. It looks very cool. That's kind of what my wife got me a Switch Lite for my birthday. So gotta improve my play Destiny 2. Oh man, you're a Destifier. I used to be in the Destiny groups for a long time. Very fun game. Probably the best ADS game on the market, in my opinion. There's not too many other games where I just love just moving in ADS. Like it's a very smooth game for that. All right, we're getting this Intel equipment rigged up and set up. There we go. Now we're starting. Okay, and this is a very fancy cap because it can twist anyway. So if we wanted to build an upside down computer, we wouldn't have to adjust the layout of our AIO. We could just adjust the layout of our liquid cool cap, which is very, very nice. Super nice feature. Not a lot of people do, or not a lot of cases you can invert, but there are a couple of cases that do allow for inverting. And so being able to have the capability to just rotate super easy makes it very nice. On your first build, you put thermal paste a different way. What's the best? A line like that or spread it around? Oh man, dude, someone, Smokey, you are just, you're making my day by paying attention. Heckin' yeah. You can do it either way. You can do what I did the first episode, or the first part, where I put it down and then spread it all out with a nice little spatula. Or you can just stick a nice line and let the pressure ooze it all out either way. Both ways will work. If you are doing something on the lines of like thermal testing, or trying to push boundaries or something like that, that is where I would probably recommend to spread it around, just so that you have a nice equal layer across the entire thing. It's how do you make your science experiment have less whatever it is in it. I can't remember. But yeah, something like that. They need to make a 3, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really like all of the white builds. Heck yeah, I do enjoy the white builds a lot too. Yeah, I wish they would do a Destiny 3, because that would be kind of cool. I know we have a lot of players here at work that were very sad and are very sad, because they are Destiny diehards for sure. But yeah, I would, Nathan Fillion, I'm a big Nathan Fillion fan, so when they had his character die off, I think Clive was his name, that kind of ended me playing consistently. But I do still enjoy hopping on every once in a while and just running around. You can holler at me whenever, Paul. Whenever you're...
For sure. I think we're almost in right now.
Okay, cool.
I would love a Destiny 3, though.
Yeah.
That would be so sweet.
Yeah. It would be very fun. I think that studio spent some good time and made a good product, a good game.
Yep. I think we're going to take the Mustang Dark Horse out today.
The Dark Horse. The Dark Horse should only come in one color, and it should be like that Vanta black that like you don't want your cars to be colored. Because it just gets so hot in the sun, baking in the sun. All right, what are we putting this into? Obelisk. So, having built computers for about 7 years now, gives you a lot of insight and little tips and tricks to make it easier along the way. Like I've already said, we like building externally. It makes everything a lot easier to install. You don't have to work inside of the case. Some systems, you will be like installing the fans on the radiator outside of the case. Sometimes you'll be installing them inside. So. So you doing a mission?
About to be. I'm loading into the main world now.
Nice.
So I gotta figure out what I want to go do. It's just so fun to just drive around in the world, though.
And this is still the whole game is.
Too much fun.
Good thing you don't have to buy tires or
That
bumpers.
want to do next?
Is so
Golly,
true.
guys, stop calling me. Just, I get it.
Okay, Paul. I have
Answer
sent you
is
to the
Mandy.
cross-country race
Call
event.
it all the
Turn
time.
right. In 400 yards. Perfect.
I do enjoy this obelisk case. It is very nice. Very nice case. Can hold a lot of product. Can hold very big graphics cards. Can hold 360 radiators. Can hold storage. Can hold very big power supplies as well. Being able to house big power supplies is important if you're wanting to have some of the bigger graphics cards
Turn sharp left.
as well. Let's go ahead and pop this in. God, that's a lot on the map.
There is a lot to do. It is crazy. It's a big map.
And you want to make sure that you're in the right vehicle for the right race.
Yep.
I just like risking it for the biscuit and just do one starter car and challenge myself to beat the whole game with that one rig, even though that probably definitely should be done. Or I would imagine it would be difficult.
Yeah, there's some races where you have to pick from a certain class of cars.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like a game that kind of requires a classy and not just letting you do what you want to. Kind of like how Need for Speed shit was.
Yeah.
This is a fun, small, open world game. You could really ride anything in anything. But like, I thought the best setup was to have like rally or off-road tires on all of my track cars and my high-end race cars, because as soon as they go off like into the curb like that, like grass, zero traction at all.
Yeah.
Like you're spending like 5 minutes just to get back onto the track.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I'm putting off-road tires. And then, you know, also when the cops show up, that also makes it easier to run from them.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, a trail cat.
Oh, yeah. See, this is that Subaru I was talking about, all racing it, the BRZ.
That is, yeah, that's a sick one.
It is pretty cool.
Golly. Yeah, the wife would definitely want some step-up bars to get into that one. Yeah. Yes, please.
It's like a war. That is a warthog.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like it.
That's awesome.
You know, it's just 2 foot of suspension travel. That's nothing big.
Nothing crazy. Here we go. Oh my gosh.
God.
Oh, he hit that car at the midair. Whoa! We're going.
Yeah, good thing the sidewalls on those tires are solid.
Yeah. Oh man.
Me over here thinking literally.
This is a warthog, dude. That's so cool. That crash in the air really messed us up.
Ooh, drift past. You get him.
Here we go.
Don't waste your NOS too soon, Paul. Don't waste it.
Yeah, I don't want to waste the NOS.
You don't want to be like Brian too soon, Junior.
Yeah. Have you seen those reels of those guys going to car shows and just doing Fast and Furious lines to random people?
No, but now I want
It's
to.
hilarious. I'll find some after the show and show you. They like go up to these old guys with these classic cars and they're like, alright, so here's the deal. And they're just like quoting straight from Fast and Furious. And the old guy's like, oh, okay.
I'd rather watch Twitch and find it. There you go, see? Doesn't take much, you just have to see it in an ad.
There we go.
Yeah!
Yeah. Big air.
Alright.
Now, see, they really need to make it a challenge and have those farmers out there in farming equipment plowing the fields.
That'd be
You have to
crazy.
dodge them too. Nice.
Kind of got in the first right before the end there.
Forza Horizon. And cables. Yo, 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 yo! Jolly coming at ya. What's going on? We're just building computers and racing cars.
Okay, Paul. I have set your route to the nearest time attack.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Turn around. It is safe to do so.
You don't need to jump over them.
200.
Yeah.
Which one of you guys is Aaron? I'm the guitar guy.
The what?
Heck yeah, somebody here is. Not Paul or me. You've got Zach. My name is Zach. I'm building the computer right now. Paul's in the back. He's testing the computer from earlier.
Recalculating.
If you're looking for Aaron, you're probably gonna need to call our customer support. They'll pick up and they'll talk with you.
Turn right.
Oh!
But it's just Paul and me. We'll talk with you. What kind of guitar? Electric or acoustic? Ah, I spoke to Aaron on email. Wasn't sure. Okay. We know an Aaron.
Oh,
Turn right.
Paul, do we know an Aaron? I think we know.
I feel like I've gotten some emails from
Turn
Aaron.
around.
Yeah.
It is safe to do so.
Nice. An electric guitar. We discussed guitars last time. This is what my fingers do. So I don't know. I can't play guitar because that's what my pinky, that's how my pinky bends is katinka. That's my superpower, is not being able to bend my pinky.
Nice.
The other one bends just fine. Yeah, special. How long have you been playing the guitar?
Oh, stay out there, bro!
Yep. Save it, Paul.
Alright, good thing this thing is a beast.
Woohoo!
It didn't go sliding off the hill.
Like I would just set that triple digits. It's like that's easy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dang, you build guitars. Whoa. Nice.
You have arrived
Heck
at
yeah.
your destination.
Well. We did just launch our Valley of the Kings case. So, yeah. That's metal, hey? That's what I call it. Our final standoff through. Can Paul drive from inside the car view? That is the question.
They want that?
Yeah. Paul.
Okay.
Oh, blah, blah.
This is so hard.
But Paul, it's like driving normally.
I don't like it.
Oh man, he's so good. Guys, it's like he's just driving his little ST around. you know. Now we're talking. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think being inside the car always enhances the feel of the realisticness of the simulation of the driving game. All right, and just like we used to do back in the 2000s, we are installing washers on all of our screws so that when we take this on the LAN party, we don't have to worry about all of the potholes that the city is not getting fixed. You can fill them up with Mountain Dew bottles and Slim Jim packets as you're driving over to your buddy's house with all of your computer's component parts in your... What am I talking about? Going to a LAN party. You race on iRacing. Heck yeah. I race an 88 Honda Prelude. Bam!
This is hard.
How you played Twisted Metal back in the day. Made it more fun. Heck yeah.
Okay, Paul. I have sent
Call
you
that
to the
challenge
nearest street
mode.
race. Turn around when it is safe to do so.
All right.
Get it, Paul. Crush it. Honda VTEC.
Calculating.
My Honda Element had a VTEC in it. I really miss that car a lot. That was...
Got VTEC, yo.
200 yards.
I had some cars that had some pretty nice engines in there.
What's up?
I had some cars that had some pretty nice engines in there. I had the Chevy V6 Vortec Blazer.
400 yards.
Oh man, the Vortec, it just funnels all of your air into being like super spinny up. It does something super awesome and cool to the engine. Zach, you in the Discord if I wanted to send you an image. Sadly I do not do, I'm not that techie. I am on the Discord for our chat for stream, and that's all the Discord I do these days, guys. I moved into a house that had no internet, and then I moved into another house that had no internet and got married, and we just never needed to have internet, so I literally stopped doing Discord stuff. I think that would have been 4 years ago, probably 5 years. We'll just say 5 years ago. Yeah, there's no need for it. You know how many books you got to read? You know how many like things you can go outside and like how many sticks you can go outside and collect and burn? In a burn pit in a big old bonfire.
Oh yeah.
Beyblade. Yeah, I know Beyblades. Oh, a Nissan Skyline.
Got a waifu car.
Yeah. A waifu car.
Yep. See?
Oh yeah. Hey, we used to have one of them in the parking lot.
Little Mazda.
No, waifu car.
Oh. Yeah. I forgot about that guy. That was an inappropriate waifu car.
Gamers, you know, all sorts.
Oh no!
made that turn. Whoa, what happened?
I'm rewinding time.
I thought you hit the ground and then it just like pushed you back. Yeah, knock that guy out.
This is such like a silly, like this is our like daily driver race downhill. Like we're all going like 20.
Dude, heck yeah. Whoever set up those flares knew what they were doing. They bought the good ones. They bought the bright ones. Okay, that is that. Now we need to finish these fans so that they all glow and spin at the same time. Alright, that was awesome. That's...
Whoa.
I think I might do it, Paul. I think I might get a bow for bow fishing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do it.
Mainly because I've been looking at one and it is on sale right now for I think like 30 off, maybe 40 off.
Okay.
I did accidentally already spend all of my birthday money
Dang.
because that was an accident.
What'd you buy with your birthday money?
Nothing. I spending my birthday money on.
I see.
You know, adult stuff like bills.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah, you're like, sweet, I have some birthday money. This is awesome. I can get something that I've always been wanting. Oh, yeah, that's right. There is this thing called a bill that's due today. Okay. This is how we do it. I'm just gonna do that way. That was my bills. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That was not what my thoughts wanted to be. You know when you just wake up and you're like, yes, today's gonna be a great day, and then it's like, it's payday for
I have
the
sent
bill
you
company.
nearby
Awesome.
Trailblazer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just want to say a huge, huge thank you to my new friends at the Tokyo City Street Races.
This
I love you guys.
full
Despite the fact that I don't
just
speak
like
Japanese.
that. Just beautiful. Just enough to where that does do a little bit.
The only
Not
thing that
much.
seems to worry them is a new driver coming for their crown. I get it. And I think I know who it might be. In fact, I think I listen to Pulse.
You have arrived at your destination.
Trailblazer.
Oh, yeah.
Think we should take out the old Tacoma.
Woo!
Gonna blaze some trails.
It's not all we blaze. Whoa!
Oh, Blaze.
This is a trail.
All right, let's do
But you'll need to figure out the middle part.
this RGB so that
Follow
everything
this route,
can
not
look
necessarily for
as
following the road.
colored
Focus
as I
up
want
and
it
use
to
your
be.
navigational skills.
Dude, could you imagine hitting a log that big, going that fast in the truck,
Enjoy it.
or just hitting one of them stumps,
Yeah, that,
ripping a tire and a whole axle out. Whoa.
yeah.
What was that game? Burnout? Did you ever play Burnout?
Yeah. We had to like,
Because wasn't that the like whole purpose of the game was just causing destruction?
yeah, there was a game mode where it was like, cause as much, the highest dollar amount of damage. And that was super fun.
Just need that again.
Here we go.
That would really suck. In real life. Now, guys, Paul has LASIK, so you can see 20/20 now. And he wouldn't be recommending of these cars in real life.
That's right. This is the truck I have in real life.
Right? Fishing poles might be broken in bed with that, but you know, that's fine.
My fishing poles in the back. They gone.
Smelly cat bait's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, let's drop in a. Lower that. Just forget about that. And there we go. Okay. Drop in this 47.
Okay, Paul. I have set your route to a nearby trailblazer.
Alright, this is a 12 gig
Yards.
57.
Turn right.
I was just thinking, like, man, these are some really small mirrors on this truck. These are not like the ones on mine.
Yeah.
I realized those are the mounts for the mirrors. The mirrors are gone. Broke them off. Whoops.
400 yards. Turn right.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Those are the easiest things to replace.
Yeah. We never looking back.
Yeah.
Turn right.
Look at this turd going uphill. Oh my gosh. Tacomas are not fast.
Get diesel, old diesel Hilux.
In 400 yards. Turn right. Turn right.
Come on, four-wheel drive. Let's go. Come on. We gotta get up this hill. I'm trying to go side to side. We're in crawl mode.
Right?
Come on.
Oh no!
Come on.
Hook the winch up!
Ah.
Hook the winch!
Up, 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 up.
Uh-oh. Oh, hey, you got a burnout.
Moving forward, I think we're gonna get there. 2 miles an hour. Come on. There we go.
Woo!
There we go. All right. We did it. This Lancer. Nope, that's a ugly Lancer. Oh, my gift was right here. Someone gifted me a car. This spot. Let's see if it's a good gift or a bad gift. What's it gonna be?
Oh, this is Brian Walker?
Yeah. What is it? Whoa. Ah, lame.
Whoa. From Einzige.
I'm not even gonna fit in this car. We'll take it for a spin. Was it this one?
Yeah.
The Datsun?
Mm-hmm. You too, Mike Henson. Thank you for coming and hanging out, brother.
Oh, this thing is such a turd. I suppose it's kind of cool though, in its own way.
Meant for showing up, not showing off.
Yeah.
The best summer music.
Should we pull out the ultimate turd? Let's pull out the ultimate turd. The peel.
Right here on Horizon.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah! That thing's so quick. Oh man, you got a paint job on it.
Oh yeah, dude. My daughter painted this thing up.
Yeah.
She gave it blue wheels.
Yeah, and some nitrous oxide.
It's
Golly.
a quick little car,
Has it
dude.
even gotten straight once?
Nope. It was a little one-seater. Look at me go.
Wah.
Here we go.
Man, there's a scooter that looks like that in my neighborhood.
Look at this thing, dude. It's hauling balls. I lied. This thing is not a turd.
Turn right. Turn right.
She put all of the upgrades into it that she possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah. There's suggestions. Oh, yeah. We're gonna do the trailblazing thing with this.
Oh, it's gonna beat it. New lap record.
Your destination.
Let's see.
You like the paint job?
Here we go. Oh yeah, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, this was not the right vehicle for this. It can only go 83 downhill.
It governs itself.
Whoa! Oh yeah, baby.
Wow.
Little 5-inch rims. XP board. Get the XP board. Whoa! Oh, my license plate fell off. Oh no. Look, my license plate's on the ground.
Troopers will come find you.
It's a kind of impressive how quick this thing can haul. Oh my gosh.
Yep, definitely a European truck. Oh,
Look at
you
this thing,
spin
dude.
me right round, right round, baby. Got the motion of sickness.
That's right.
I think that's how they do pilot testing.
Yeah.
Here, sit in this car. We're gonna launch you off this ledge here. Don't forget to just start cranking it and spinning it.
This is so silly. Oh boy.
Taking those trees down.
Okay, Paul. What do you want to do now? Okay, Paul. I have set your route to the cross-country race event.
So many cars.
Beyblade practice.
Yeah.
That's not practice. That's ESPN 8 The Ocho. New show right there. And then you stick spinners on the wheels and you see who can spin the spinniest.
200 yards. Turn right.
This is Amy Simpson. You are
Turn right.
listening to Horizon Pulse.
Get me on a road, please.
100 yards.
Traction.
Turn right.
Traction, never heard of it. In that car, never heard of
Is this also turf? This is a drift run.
In 400 yards. Turn left.
I hate this car.
In 100 yards. Turn left.
it. What's your favorite stock car that you've got to play with?
Probably the Integrator type bar.
Yeah.
Yep. I just love that car. So
400
legendary.
yards. Turn left. Turn left. Yards. Turn left. Turn left.
Oh, John. Not good. Not good.
Woohoo!
Made it.
Yeah, that's why that split was right there in the little barrier. It could drive back onto the road.
You have arrived at your destination.
Look at the snow, dude. The snow looks so good in this
I know,
game.
I was looking at the snow on the mountain, like in the distance, and I was like, golly.
It's crazy. Oh. it reflects the light, you know, the way it catches the sun.
Yeah.
It's so sick.
The glitter.
Yeah.
Don't get that many games. Even the flex flying up look real good off of the cars. All right, homies. Bye. Control that. One done, tied up. Computer.
Nice.
Time to squeeze. Ugh.
What a beautiful obelisk.
All right, and as I said earlier, this is from APHIS. APHIS is our military store. So if you are, and that's all branches, right?
Yep.
Yeah, if you're in the military and you want to, you know, have a fun gaming time when you get back home, definitely look us up, check us out. We are also on a nice little website called CLXgaming.com. You can pick and choose a bunch of stuff on there. You will also find us on the Best Buy, the Newegg, the Amazon, the Costco, probably Sam's. Yeah, like we're kind of everywhere. So if you see CLX Gaming and it's not here or on TikTok, you get all of the fun stuff of getting a CLX gaming machine. You get us for life. You get tech support for life. Just anything that could happen, we will take care of you. So even the people, even Jo, who won the QuakeCon system, they get us for life. Katinka. Bam! There we go. We're gonna switch this over real quick to be something a little bit cleaner, less energetic. But yes, from here, like Paul said, it will go into our testing department for the next 12 hours. Like he showed us, it will be Prime 95, test benchmarked, firm marked, all that fun stuff. Make sure everything is running great on it. If you want to overclock your processor, our guys can do that. If you want to overclock your graphics card, our guys can do that as well. Thank you, Bale. Like I said, you can get all of us anywhere on any of the sites. We do this show every Tuesdays on the YouTube, the Kick, and the Twitch. And then on Thirsty Thursdays, it's Paul and me building on the TikToks. We don't stop. And yeah, so thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to hit up all of our socials. You never know when we'll have another giveaway. It's getting ready to start back up. And so yeah, thank you guys and catch you later, Scooby Gang. Bye.
Bye-bye.